Housing estate for what you would call a settlement for the low-incomers across the city. Interestingly, this is where majority of the people stay despite efforts by government to construct houses. So why is there a problem of housing yet projects are being launched year after year? Real estate players attribute this to the high cost of investment. Year after year, many housing estates are launched in Uganda with the hope that they will provide affordable, reasonable accommodation to cut across all sectors of Ugandans. In fact, the real estate sector boasts of numerous property developers such as Jomai, Knight Frank, National Housing Corporation, among others. But why have all these developers failed to provide the needed answers for relatively cheaper houses for Ugandans?
When the private developers go out to borrow money, usually they're borrowing in dollars because their constructions are in dollars. They're financing them, they're building and financing the development in dollars. So you find that the development finance is quite high. But having said that also, not many developers set out to put up developments having done their homework, their due diligence, the feasibility study, the financial modeling to actually see if the development is going to work.
Interestingly, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development quotes that Kampala alone has a 100,000 units deficit, yet a growth rate of 5.2% annually. Unfortunately, only 0.68% of the 5.2 million households in the country can access mortgage loans through financial institutions to either buy or rent houses.
A lot of instances, these properties are being overvalued, okay? Your repayments, your monthly repayments are a factor of the value of the property. Now, if that property has been overvalued and your repayment is a factor of that value, then clearly and obviously, one, your rental repayments from that property, your income stream from that property is not going to be able to repay your mortgage.
Efforts to improve this have not tripped much. In 2015, the real estate sector witnessed the launch of yet more players. It is what was described as a radical answer to the problem. Prime Minister at one point of the events even stated that Ugandans would now start living in comfortable homes. One of the players was Jacana Heights property, whose renting price was $80,000, about 2.6 million shillings, given the unpredictable exchange rate. The launch of Impala housing estates, according to government, serves to show that National Housing and Construction Company is still in its resolve to provide the best housing solutions available in Uganda. This comes on the heels of the launch of the Jasmine Apartments in Nalia recently. Although National Housing and Construction Company was to construct 10,000 housing units per year for low-income earners, medium and middle-class residents, those in Kasokoso rejected them, saying they would fail to pay rent. The gist of launching more housing projects cannot be assessed now, but maybe all Ugandans can benefit from this is supplying local building materials like sand and a commission to the unemployed youth who act as porters. Reporting for Urban TV, I'm Simon Oktala.